If you could choose just one bike, what would it be? It's a question which always floats around BikeRadar towers, and often the answer is a gravel bike. Is it because the cycling Illuminati are paying us to say this? Or is it because we're genuinely passionate about gravel bikes? You'll have to watch this video to find out. And remember, bikes and videos like this are meant to be fun, so don't take it too seriously. As always, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell icon, so every time we upload a new video, you get a notification. Point number 1. Pound for pound, gravel bikes are the most versatile bikes you can buy. Don't believe us? Then listen up. In our experience, you can enjoy riding a gravel bike on almost everything bar technical mountain bike trails. Even then, if you have big enough tyres, you may be surprised what a gravel bike is capable of. Road riding on a gravel bike? Unless you're racing, we found them to be plenty fast enough, while also being nice and comfortable. If you want to go touring, no problem. Gravel bikes often have loads of mounts for all of your luggage and trendy Instagram accessories. A hardtail mountain bike or cyclocross bike would come in close second when it comes to versatile bikes, but they don't quite have the gearing range or luggage mounting options of a gravel bike. Obviously, if you're trying to win the Tour or a downhill World Cup, then you won't be doing it on a gravel bike. But for the rest of us, this versatile machine could be exactly what we need. Think we're wrong? Let us know why in the comments. While we're on the case of versatility, let's talk tyres. Gravel bikes can run a whole host of different tyre sizes, widths, and tread patterns without too much trouble. Granted, you may need 2 different wheel sets, but it's still cheaper than buying a whole other bike. If you're running a 27.5 inch wheel, many gravel bikes take up to a 2.1 inch tyre. Switch to a 700C wheel and you can fit around a 47mm tyre. You could also run something like a 30mm tyre if you fancy some fast-paced road riding. If you're still not convinced, take a look at the Lauf Anywhere of our videographer Felix. He used it for gravel racing, long distance touring, and even a hill climb or two throughout 2019. If it hadn't been for his gravel bike, we doubt he would have been able to cover all of these disciplines. Gearing for any bike is very much based on personal preference. What works for one rider might not work for another. But we think gravel bikes give you the most options when it comes to dialing in your gearing choices. If you're looking for truly versatile gearing, which will help you thrash on the road, spin up steep off-road climbs, or go cycle touring with, then something like a 4630 on the front paired with an 1134 on the back could work well. If you want to simplify things and go one by, then there's plenty of options from the big group set players. If you are doing something really specific, like a 10-mile time trial or an ultra-distance race, then you might need a different setup. However, for most people, under most circumstances, gravel-style gearing will get them through just about anything. Gravel bike geometry is traditionally a touch more forgiving than a road bike and a bit more aggressive compared to a mountain bike. This obviously means it strikes a good balance between the two. However, it also means you're only a couple of upgrades away from modifying your gravel bike into a more focused machine. If road riding is your flavour of the month, sticking a slightly longer, negative rise stem and some narrower bars could make you more aerodynamic. If you're doing some serious long distance off-road touring, then a shorter stem will hopefully make for a less stretched out and comfier position. People have even been known to put flat bars on gravel bikes, which basically turns them into old school mountain bikes. But that's a story for another video. Much of cycling is steeped in tradition, with things done in certain ways because, well, that's the way they've always been done. And while tradition can be great, it can also hamper progress. Just think, you don't have to look too far back to see Grand Tour riders using 23mm tyres, as they were perceived to be faster. Then, in a few short years, the consensus changed towards wider tyres being faster, with pro racers now using 25mm as standard. And who knows, perhaps 28s will be the norm in years to come. The point is, progress within the industry can be a good thing, with brands ready and willing to try new things in this increasingly popular discipline. So, if you could have only one bike to cover as many aspects of the cycling spectrum as possible, a gravel bike with its daring designs and new standards could be the way to go. We're going off to collect our gravel Illuminati check now, but we hope this list has given you some food for thought. The tricky thing with gravel is defining the genre, as what gravel means to the dirty Kansas racer may be very different to the long distance bikepacker. However, they kind of end up falling into the same category. If you've made it this far, well done you beautiful people, but as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and click that little bell icon so that every time we upload a new video, you get a notification. Goodbye!